Hi everybody, this is USA Today bestselling author Hildie McQueen. Welcome back to my channel where I do memory planning and talk a little bit about my writing, talk a little bit about what's going on and what's happening during the period that I am doing my planning for. For those of you that do not know, I write medieval historical romance, and you are more than welcome to look down below in the whatever it's called, the memo section and you can see I will put a link to my Amazon library so you can check out what I write. So this time I am doing a memory plan for June the 19th through the 25th, which is the week that I finished off my vacation time in San Diego. So I am originally from the area. I was born in Baja but grew up on both sides of the border, so when I go back to California, I consider it going back home, and I love it. It is hard. It's hard to make myself come back. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I would have two homes, one there and one here, but it is really pricey to buy a house in San Diego. So for now, I just visit, at least once a year and get my fix. So what else is going on? Right now, currently, I am experiencing the summer heat of the American South, which is, I don't know if I would call it bad, but I wouldn't call it fun either. I am not a hot weather person. I prefer warmer weather, but I am living through it. What else is going on with me right now? I just finished writing a book, and it's the fourth book of a series called The Rogues of the Lowlands, and it is Regency, but in Scotland. And I wrote the first one, and I've written all four now, but the first one is just released recently. It's called A Rogue to Reform, and if you are so inclined, this is a good time to grab it because it is only 99 cents. The second book in the series, which releases in, I should know this, at least in June, I think it's September. The second one releases in September, and that one is already up for pre-order, and it is also at a good price. So run over there. Down below you will have the link to my Amazon, and you can order and pre-order the first two books of the quartet. It's going to be a 4-book series. And I have really enjoyed writing them. It is something different for me because I'm used to writing medieval, so I like to write battles and swords and kilts and stuff like that. Whereas during the Regency times in Scotland, it was a lot like England, where they, had the whole etiquette thing going. It wasn't quite as strict as it seems from the research that I've done that it wasn't quite as strict as England, but they still had their structured societies and the like, and many of their younger, teenage age, which at this point is considered like the 20s. Back then it was like being in your early 20s. They were sent for schooling in England sometimes, so this was when they weren't battling or fighting or whatever. In Regency times, I think there was some more of a truce because the king was also king of Scotland. So yeah, anyway, this kit, I love it. It is from, I showed who it's from, Pink Paper something. I'll link it. I show it in the very beginning, and I should have it here, but I don't see it. And I used I used the kit. I ordered it, printed it, and cut it myself because I thought it suited perfect for a weekend, almost an entire week. Well, the first 4 weeks were in San Diego and Baja, and so I thought this was perfect for that. And then I used Planner Pixie Co. underlays that I also print, cut, and foiled myself. And then I use those overlays for the headers because I got those free. I got a bunch of foiled things free when I went to a meetup in Atlanta. And they had all this stuff, and I picked it up from the D-Stash. And what D-Stash is if you attend a planner meetup, people bring stuff that they may or that they decided they're not going to use, or they, you know, they just want to bless other people with. So then you go to the de-stash table and you can get whatever you want. It's free and it's fun. Nothing like free. Okay, so this underlay basic layout looks so good, and I am looking at the finished product right now and I love it. It looks really pretty. I think this is probably my favorite layout, besides there's one that's like a bright blue that I really like, but I think this is probably going to be my second favorite layout this year so far. So yeah, let me stop talking. I'm going to go grab some tea and then I'll be back to talk to you guys through the day today. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And like I said, if you want to know more about my books, want to know more about my writing, if you have suggestions for other videos, whatever, use the the comment area and leave a comment. That's my dog hacking in the background because he wanted to add his own background to my video. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had a little bit of a snack and then I drank some tea, so I am ready to chit chat. Before I go into the day today though, I wanted to tell you to please subscribe, hit the little bell so that you get a notification anytime one of my videos is up, because people tell me that they don't know when my videos are up because I'm sporadic as hell. So if you click the little bell, it will tell you. All right, so let's get started with Monday the 19th. On this day, I was still staying in the little casita in Chula Vista, which is in San Diego, California. And so I think, I'm trying to remember what happened on Monday that I had planned, but I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. I remember now. Sorry. So the day before, I had come back from Los Angeles and attending festivities with my cousins in Los Angeles. So got in pretty late the night before, and but then I couldn't sleep because I had eaten too much and I was super excited about everything that had happened over the weekend. So I kind of stayed up and kind of thought about things and just had a nice evening and drank a little wine and was just considering how much fun I had had and how nice it was to see my cousins and all them, and when it was a party and other people were there that normally don't come. So it was a reunion of sorts. So I don't know, I was just super happy. So I don't think I went to bed until maybe 2 o'clock in the morning on the night before, but somehow still I was on Eastern time, so I still woke up super early. Which was fine because I had a lunch date with a friend that I hadn't seen since last year. And even last year I didn't get to spend much time with her, and her and I were pretty close when I was in high school. So I had lunch plans with her, so I was super excited about that. So I woke up early, but it was too early for lunch, so I got some writing done, and then I met her and had this dish called carne en su jugo, which is sorry, it's hard to explain what carne en su jugo is. It's kind of like steak and beans and served with juice with the meat juices, I don't know, and tortillas. It's really good. So yeah, we had a really good time. We had maybe a 2-hour lunch, and then I went to find this store called Typo because I heard that they was there in San Diego. I don't know if I went to the wrong one or what, but it was a little disappointing. I actually don't think I bought anything, but that shopping center, oh my god, it was so amazing. I'm gonna go back. It was one of those shopping centers that has like Salvatore Ferragamo, Gucci, Tiffany and Company, Zara. I mean, everything you can think of was there. And but I don't know, I just walked around. I mean, I can't really or don't shop in any of those places, but I would have loved to have taken the time or gone with somebody to just explore, because it looked like a lot of fun. So I did go to the Lush there and picked up a few things, some gifts, and then the Typo, like I said, was there. And then I left there and went to Daiso, my super favorite store. It's a Japanese, I would call it like a Japanese dollar store. I think everything in there is $1.75. Some things are a little bit more, they're marked, but a good place to find cute little stickers and washi tapes and little like giveaways, stuff like that. So I think I spent like $80. Then I went to visit my Aunt Juanita, or my Aunt Juana. I have two aunts. I call one Juanita, one Juana. And ate at her house, and then my other aunt called, and then I had to go eat at her house. So by the time I got home, I was like miserable. Because I couldn't say no because it would have been rude. So I got up the next morning. I don't think I got up super early. And I had my tea and toast and then did some writing. And my cousin and I were going to go back to Baja, but it wasn't going to be till later. So I decided to go to another Daiso. And this one was just as fun. Oh, I had so much fun. I love walking through Daiso. And this time I only spent like $40. Yeah, I think I spent less the second one. But I found some really cute stickers. So then we went to Tijuana, to Costco again, because I didn't get the medications that I wanted the first time, like all of them. So I went back to, this time we went to a different Costco. And then when we left there, went to a Mercado, which we were looking, I think I was looking for souvenirs. I was looking for embroidered tablecloth, but they didn't have it. So we ended up picking up little souvenirs and some fruits to munch on and stuff. And across the street from there was this place that sold tacos and aguas frescas, and I guess the one in the corner, I forget the name of it, but it's well known for its water, like fruit water. And I got the one that has all the fruits in it. I got the really huge one. Oh my goodness, I am still dreaming about it. I want some more. I think there's a place here locally that sells it. It might not be as good, but I'm gonna go get some. So then my cousin surprised me and we went to this thermal spa where we spent about 2 or 3 hours just soaking in the what is it called? Water, whatever, mineral waters. I don't know. It was the most relaxing thing ever. After we got out of the water, then she had booked us for massages. Oh my God, that was so nice. So nice. I recommend it. If you go to TJ, I forgot the name of the place, but I will, send me an email if you want to know if you're going down there, and I will tell you the name of it. Everybody knows about it, so it's really easy to find. And yeah, then I still had some leftover of that water, fruit water, all the way until I got to the border. I had just finished it when we finally crossed the border because there's lines to cross. You gotta wait and go through the, the people. What do you call those people? The border people. The INS the agents have to kind of question you and stuff. Alright, so I got up early Wednesday because I had to go to the post office and mail all the Daiso stuff. So before I went to the airport. So went to the airport and returned my car and then went to customs, the agent, and she was telling me that I was had a really close really close layover between my flights in Atlanta, so I might not make it. So I was like, well, okay. And she printed out my boarding pass and tagged my luggage, and off I go through security and get to the gate. Waited for about an hour, and then finally they start, talking about boarding and all this stuff. So I went to the gate and I told the lady, what it was a flight delayed, and she goes, oh yeah, let me look you up. So she looked me up and then she told me that my flight from Atlanta to Augusta was canceled, and because the last one was canceled, but there was one and I wasn't gonna make it. And she's like, we can put you in a hotel in Atlanta. And I said, hotel in Atlanta, or spend one more day in my favorite city in the whole wide world. I will leave tomorrow. And she was like, really? I'm like, yep. And she's like, okay. So I left the hotel, called my cousin, and she came and got me, and we went and ate. And I had a michelada, and I was happy. And then we went to her place and hung out. Oh, we went to a lake because she wanted to show me Otay Lakes, which are right by her house, and I had never been there because it's kind of newly developed. and it was kind of cool. So we went and did that after we ate and shopped a little bit. So I got up again the next morning and she took me to the airport, and then her car overheated and we had to pull over, and she was stressing out and I wasn't really, because I mean, whatever. I was stressing out about her car, not about missing my flight. Because I mean, I have a place to stay, so I don't really freak out about missing flights. Yeah, so then her car started again, so we went to the airport, and then I kind of prayed for her that her car would make it back home, and she went to TJ to get it fixed, and the car blew up. So that didn't go well for her. Alright, so I left San Diego and hung out at the airport, where I ordered a tea, a London Fog, and I had a bagel, and that's all I ate. And then when I got to the airport in Atlanta, I had like about a 2-hour layover, but I didn't feel like eating, so I just got a Bloody Mary. That was really good. And then I got home to a storm. It was lightning, and hubby picked me up, and it was so nice to see him and my little pups. The dogs were, of course, terrified, so we spent the night kind of trying to calm them down and just talking about the trip. Alright, so got up on Friday and I was home. I did sleep in. Not sure why. I guess it might have been on California time. I get confused with those time changes. But I had an appointment at 10 o'clock for my therapy kind of counseling, so I got up around 9 and went to my therapy appointment, which was really good. She's like, oh, you're in really good spirits. I'm like, well, yeah, I just got back from vacation. So it went well. It's at my church, and my church is like 8-minute drive from where I live, so not too far. So after that, I drove over to the airport because my suitcase had made it. You know, when I told you guys the first time I stayed in San Diego, well, my suitcase left. My suitcase was like, whatever, bye. So I couldn't find it. I was like, I got to the airport, it was stormy, it was dark, I couldn't find anybody because we have a tiny little airport. So I just said, oh, whatever, I'll just come get it tomorrow. So I went back after my therapy and found someone, and they had to call someone because there was only one person behind the counter. My airport is really tiny. And then this girl came and helped me get my suitcase. It was so funny because she's like, yeah, go in there and get your suitcase. I'm like, aren't you gonna check to make sure I'm not some weirdo that just comes and claims suitcases? Anyway, she didn't. She didn't care. She cared, but she was just ready to help me. I must have looked tired. On the way home from the airport, which is like a 30-some minute drive, I stopped at, I ordered by phone at El Patron, because I guess I was still on a Mexican food kick, and I know they have pretty authentic food at this place, so I called and ordered some huaraches, which is like a long tortilla, but it's masa. I don't know. Anyway, I ordered two huaraches to go and pick them up to bring home for lunch. And then to spend some more time with my little dogs, because I had left again and they thought I had abandoned them once again. They're pretty high maintenance, and they hung out while we ate, and then I just kind of did some admin work because there was nothing else to do, and I didn't want to unpack and do all that boring stuff. So Saturday came, and me and the little dogs hung out in the back deck, and then because it was so for some reason it was kind of cool here in Georgia, so it was nice. So we were outside, we played ball, and then we kind of hung out the back deck. They were having a good time because Mama was home, and I took some pictures of them, stuff like that. Had my tea and toast, and told my sister that I had brought some stuff for her. So she was like, okay, I'll be there in about 10 minutes. She was like, bam, it was funny because she was like, what'd you bring me? So she hung out for a little bit, and I gave her little stuff that I brought her, mostly candy and stuff. And she was excited about that because it was stuff you can't buy here. And then I decided to try writing a little bit because I didn't want to get out of the groove of it. And I did a little bit of writing, even though it was Saturday. I wanted to finish this book. I really did. Then I got ready because I had book club. And I had read the book and had everything ready before I left on vacation. So that was like low stress. I don't know why, but Saturday looks crooked as hell. Yeah, so we went to book club, which was in Olive Garden. Oh, and then after book club, my friends wanted to have like these banana splits at this like really like country place in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. And so I was so stuffed from Olive Garden, but I was like, okay, well, I'll go with you. Walked into this place and I was like, oh boy. Needless to say, I stood out like a big sore brown thumb. So I sat in the corner with my back to the wall. Old military training. While they ate their banana splits in oblivious splendor. In all their oblivious glory. Alright, so sorry about, I'm still clearing my throat, I don't know why. Okay, Sunday. Wow, this was a busy week, y'all. Sunday, I got up and went to church, and I didn't go because, but one of the things I had to get there early because I had welcome desk, which is this desk towards the back of the church. When you first walk in, it's right there, and I greet new people, and then if they need information, stuff like that, or if there's sign-ups to attend certain things or for certain groups activities, they can come back there. And I help people with that and hand out gifts for new people. It's kind of fun. And I sit back there for the whole service. Have my own little reception area that's mine. I like sitting back there. And then after that, me, my husband, myself, and a friend of ours, we all went to Waffle House for breakfast. And it was a lazy day. By this time, I am like, I don't want to do nothing that I don't have to do. I am just going to chill for the rest of the day. But I can't because I feel like I'm wasting time, and I had a to-do list that I hadn't done. So I cleaned my desk drawers. And actually, I'm glad I did it because now when I open them, crap doesn't get stuck and it looks really nice. But after I finished cleaning them, I watched television and colored on my little color on my iPad, which, come to think of it, I haven't done that much lately. I really want to do that. I don't think that TV matches in color. It looks a little, I don't know, pinkish. But anyway, that was my week. It was so much fun. I printed out these pictures on my Polaroid zip of some of the stuff that happened. I had a picture of my michelada, but I didn't put it on there. So I put a picture of me and my cousin that we took at the lake when she went to show me the lakes. And then at the bottom, I put a picture of me and Mr. Poncho Ranchero. No, I didn't. I didn't use that one. I put a picture of me and my friend that I hadn't seen in a while, since the one I told you about that I hadn't seen since last year. But, we knew each other in high school, that friend. The one that I met on Monday, her, Lupita. I put a picture of me and her there. So I still might put the picture of the michelada on there because it was a really good michelada. And I could still put a picture of me and Mr. Poncho, the little fat man outside this one restaurant. Thank you guys for being here. Have a good one. Bye.